Welcome to One Happy Thing, the podcast where three best-selling novelists, Maddie Dawson, Carrie Schaefer, and Jennifer Mormon, explore the silver linings, bright moments, and everyday magic that inspire a kinder, more creative world. One happy thing at a time.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of One Happy Thing. I am Carrie Schaefer, I think. I'm having one of those days where I'm in danger of forgetting my own name, but I'm pretty sure that is it. It's Carrie Schaefer. I'm here with my good friends Jennifer Mormon and Maddie Dawson, and we are going we're going to talk about something that I call the super slacker syndrome, which is actually a lot of fun. So I'm going to give you a little bit of context. I was reminded of this. I had forgotten about super slacker, but it came back to me in this lovely little synchronicity, serendipity moment. And I love synchronicity and serendipity moments. So long story, already way too long. I woke up one morning just like totally in a case of all of the should have, could have, didn't kind of. You know, I know you all have those days. You guys do too, right? It's not just me.
Oh yeah.
Like, you look at all the things that you think you should have done that you haven't, or that you should have done better, or that you did and that you shouldn't have done, or, whatever. So I woke up one morning and it was like big. It was like, on the level of, oh my God, I should be a New York Times best-selling author by now. Why have I been wasting my time? I should have written more books. I should have done this. I should have done that. It was really big. I messaged Sandy. I said, my gremlins got really big overnight. What did I tell you? I think it turned into a dragon. It was going to eat me.
Yeah, you said they were dragons. Yeah.
They were dragons. So anyways, it was Friday morning, which is our grocery store run morning. So me and the Viking, we went to town. We're in a local Super One small town, and I encountered a friend that I used to work with when I was a nurse at the clinic. And we never shop at the same time. I mean, there are people who are on the same routine as us, and we always see them at the same time in the store. I have not ever encountered this friend of mine in the grocery store before, but there she was with her husband. So we're talking, and I looked at her, and it all came back to me, and I was like, she was this amazing, one of the most capable people you are ever going to meet in your life, who could juggle 50 million things all at once, do it with a smile, treat everybody with kindness and compassion. And she had this amazing laugh. And every now and then, when we weren't getting to something, things weren't getting done, and usually in the middle of a crazy day, she'd just throw her hands up in the air and she'd go, super slacker. Super slacker. We are super slackers. And so it became this motto of hers and I, where it was meant to be irony, because we knew we were working our little butts off. And then we would just, go, super slacker. It's a super slacker day. We're not getting everything done. And so it really fixed me to see her and to remember this slogan, because it's the thing. I know me, any of us who are kind of overachievers, even if we're in recovery, we have this feeling that we should be more, do more. Maybe we should be superhuman. I don't know, whatever. Like, I'm very empathetic and compassionate with other people. It's like, well, of course you should have a nap. You should take a rest. You should, you've done more than enough. Go easy on yourself. But when it comes to me, somehow I have a way of feeling that I should be above all that. And I should do more things somehow. So I love the super slacker. And I'm wondering if you guys, well, I would love to hear from you, first of all, that you also fall into the should thing every now and then. And then what do you do to get yourselves out of it?
Maddie, you want to go first? Do I get myself out of it? That's a good question.
You're like, not sure.
Let's see. Well, you know what gets me out of it? This may not work for you, but what gets me out of it is talking about it to friends. Yeah. And I have a lot of friends who are really good at talking me down, and I talk them down and they talk me down. And actually, Carrie, you're kind of one of those people. I think when I feel bad, I call you up or text you and you say, no, you're not that way at all. Look at all you've done. And then I feel a little bit better. And then finally, I can get back to work. Because really, what I've learned, and you probably find this too, is that the work is what heals us and gets us out of that. That if you usually when I'm feeling that way, it's because things are just bombarding me all at once. I'm trying to please everybody. I'm trying to be all things to all people, as my mother used to say. And I just need to focus in on what I'm supposed to be doing. I love it when I only have one thing I've got to really do, and I'm not letting myself be.
When does that happen? Do you ever see? Here's the weird thing about me. I actually love a good crisis. I'm really good in a crisis. Yeah. Because everything comes clear. It's like in this moment, there is only this one thing to do.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
The rest of life is just so confusing all the time. There's all these ways. I was watching myself this morning doing what I was doing. And I had this little task. I was writing a blurb for somebody's book. I did that for 3 minutes. And then I went to read these taglines I'm supposed to be judging for my new book that's coming out. And I did that for 2 minutes. And then I jumped up and I went and made a cup of tea. And then I went and I got dressed for the gym. And then I went back to the taglines. And I thought, no. I need one thing that I can just finish all the way through. And how you keep your butt in the chair to do that. Some days it just doesn't want to stay there.
No.
Well, it's because every day is going to be different, right? Some days are easier for us to do that. And Carrie, definitely, I think Maddie obviously spoke into it, but like I can relate as well, like the shoulds. And, I'm work all day. To say I'm giving this an example. I'm working all day and then I get done a little early, which maybe that's 4 p.m. And I'm like, whoa, what else could I do? Rather than just taking a break, knowing that, oh my gosh, I've been working for hours today. It's 4 p.m. I could literally go sit outside in the sunshine. And there's a part of my brain sometimes that will be like, yeah, but there's all these other little, things. Like, I'm not saying they're not important, but are they important at 4 p.m. when I could really probably need to get out into the sunlight and not be,
right,
as pale as I am? But all that is that I was watching a show, because I love National Geographic shows, not the really scary ones that all the animals are really harmed in. But this one happened to be super fascinating to me because it was Will Smith and he was going pole to pole. And he went to there's important places all over the world, but he went to specifically intentionally chose some important locations that he wanted to go to all over the world. And one of them was to visit the Dalai Lama. Mm-hmm. And he's sitting there with the men and he's kind of on that, he's part of the circle, but they're all around him, circling him. And he said, how do you do it? How are you so calm? How are you so peaceful? And there's probably a million things we can come up with. But the guy, he had a translator and he said, everything that comes into my mind, say something feels like a big deal. He's like, I think, am I going to care about this on my deathbed? And so I'm saying this to say, Maddie, how I get myself out now is sometimes I was walking yesterday with my husband and he's looked at me and he said, you going to care about that on your deathbed? And I said, no, absolutely not. I'm going to care about you and walking with you in these moments, not some dumb little thing that's got me worked up or some thing that I didn't work hard enough on. But it takes practice. It's like intentional for me to say, wait a minute, I am really beating myself up here. Am I going to care about this on my deathbed? No. Yeah. Most of the time you say no. I don't know if that's helpful, but this is what I'm doing right now. And
it is helpful. I've had my variation on that I actually figured this one out for myself when I was really young. Actually, I'm surprised that I did. I figured out at some point, will I care about this in 10 years? That was my that was my go-to because I wasn't thinking deathbeds back then. You're young, you're invincible, you're going to live forever. So
there's no deathbed coming for you.
But there are things that I will care about on my deathbed, and that is going to be, did I write the books that I want to write? So, there is that. So, one of the other things I have a tendency to beat myself up about, like you say, you've been working all day, and it'll be that for me. It'll be like, I'll look at my what I've done at the end of the day. And that's where one of the shoulds come in. It's like, I've been working all day, like probably since 4 a.m. And that's all I got done.
I know that's so hard on yourself though, if you think about it.
I know.
We know that. Amazing. You do so many things. Like, we're like, how does Carrie do 10,000 things in one day? And you're over there saying, could I have done 10,000 in one?
Yeah. That's pretty much it. So here's one of the things that I do like to do that is helpful. That day it didn't work for me though. It's like I tried this and it did not work, but it usually is helpful. And I got this from Jill Badonsky, who teaches Kaizen Muse creativity, and she calls it the ta-da list. Sometimes I call it the to done list, but instead of a to do list, to actually sit down and write down everything that you did.
Oh.
And you include the things like wrangling the dogs.
Yeah.
I left the dogs in and out 20 times this morning before 6 a.m. That counts, because then you go, oh yeah, that's right. That's why I didn't get the other thing done.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I was doing that thing,
I do
right?
like that because it shows you all the things that are important that you did get done, because you're actually actively getting things done all the time. Like, it's incredible the amount of things that you actually do, mostly for other people. So it's not like you're just over there. I mean, we would be totally fine if you're over there writing your own book all day long since 4 a.m. to 10 p.m.
But we love that for you.
Most of it is other people. You're helping other people, reach their goals and stuff. So, my encouragement for you is always, I want you to slide all your stuff in there, because I want you to write 1,000 books so we can read them.
I'd like to see you be a super slacker sometimes.
But the reason super slacker works is because it jolts you out of your head. It's like, so really it's like anything that can take you out of yourself for a minute. So, and that might be meditation. It might be a nap. It might be tapping. It might be going for a walk. It might be finding something funny to laugh at. For me, the super slacker works because it's just, it's the irony of it. It's like, oh, wait, I know when I say that it's not true. I'm not super slacking.
Right.
It's almost like poking fun at the fact that you are an overachiever.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You throw your arms up in the victory V.
Out to the sides, not the victory V. It's a little bit different. So the other thing that I do find helpful, and I know this, and I think I've talked about it here before because I talk about it a lot, it's just the word should. And I do have rules for myself. Like, thoughts are tricky because you can kind of bypass the should word, but it's still, the meaning is the same. But if I catch myself actually saying or writing or thinking I should, I can't use, I don't allow myself that word. Should is a word that it's always got guilt attached to it. Guilt and expectation and judgment. And so one of the things that I do find very helpful, and I always do this when I'm counseling and coaching, if I hear anybody doing the should thing, is to you can't use that word. So how else can you say that? And it becomes complicated because you really kind of have to make a choice. It's like, I choose to do this or I choose not to do this. I did it or I didn't do it. It takes the judgment out of it. And I actually find that really helpful.
Mm-hmm. That's very helpful. Well,
I may have told you one time, I have this friend and I was complaining to her and listing all of the things that I had to do and that I was going to do and that I shouldn't do and should do, and all of those, just exactly what we're talking about. And when I finished the list, she said, yes, it's a very rich life, isn't it? Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's true. We've talked about that, right? The things you get to do rather than I have to do. This is another one of those words that, I mean, not taking it out, but changing it out to say, I get to do this thing. I actually just did that a couple of days ago because I was having a moment and I thought, oh wait, no. I get to do this because it is a rich life. I mean, it really is. But Carrie, so you've got some wonderful tips for us when we feel these moments of the shoulds creeping in and we wake up in the morning and it's sitting on us. It's a gremlin. It's actually just laying right beside us. And then it's a dragon trying to eat us, all the things we should have done. So, we would love to know if our listeners, do you have things that help you bypass the should haves, that feeling of, it's really, like you said, guilt, expectation, judgment, what helps get you out of that headspace? Or maybe you're kind of stuck in it a little bit and Carrie's given you these tips that can help you. So we want to know, did you try these out? Did it work for you? How are you feeling? And we love knowing that. You can send us an email at onehappythingpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on social media. We'd love for you to subscribe to our podcast on YouTube and anywhere that you listen to your podcasts. And Carrie, send us off here. Like, what's one thing that we can take away that's going to help us find that?
Here's the thing I want to say. What I want to say is what I want to hear is from all of my super slacker friends out there. Like super slacker solidarity. I want to hear from you.
We want you to join the group, and then we want to hear from you. Thank you all for joining us today. We love to hear from you, and we cannot wait to chat with you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to One Happy Thing. We hope today's episode brought a little extra joy your way. If you loved it, help us spread happiness by subscribing and leaving a review. And join us next time for One Happy Thing.
Yeah, yeah.